Hi guys, it's Nancy, and we are going to be using this brand new stamp from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps called Saluting Soldier. I did make a panel with it already. Let me show that to you guys. Of course. Now I can't find it. Hold on. All right, here we go. So here I stamped it out on some camouflage printed paper. I will add a sentiment to this from the God Bless America stamp set, so I will put that on the top here to finish that off. But this sentiment is great for this stamp set. Thank you, God bless America, land that I love, in memory of many, in honor of all. Heroes don't wear capes, they wear dog tags. From a grateful American, and then the little line of stars there. So I thought that was cool, but we're going to make something else with it today. I am bringing some pan pastels in. So we're going to move this guy out of the way for a second. And I just want to do some clouds. So I'm going to use the pan pastels reverse cloud stencil. And I'm just going to grab some really light blue. I believe that's called turquoise tint. And just kind of angle this as I add some blue into the sky here, using some pastel blue as well. No rhyme or reason, just throwing down some color. Okay, I'll do a little bit more down here. All right, so we have this blue sky of clouds. Pretty easy to do. All right, now I'm going to bring in my stamp positioner, my Tim Holtz stamp positioner, because I'm going to be using the red rubber stamps on it. And I just have a little piece of sticky grid. Actually, I'm going to bring this down here because it does stamp better with the rubber stamps if you're down lower on the platform. And that's just a piece of sticky grid to hold it in place. You can reinforce it with magnets if you want. Okay. And so I'm going to bring this stamp in, and I'm going to move it all the way over here to the right. And you'll see why here in a second. I'm going to close the door. Make sure my stamp is, oh, perfect. Because there's a little lip there, right there. We want to make sure our stamp is not in the way of that. Okay, so I'm going to turn this sideways so I can stamp for you guys, or ink this up. I'm going to be using my Catherine Polar Midnight ink. Of course, I have my Universal Blue Knight Rubber Stamps magnetic handle on the back. This helps so that it prevents me from actually dropping the ink pad. And this ink gives a nice solid black coverage. And we're going to stamp right over the pan pastels. And because we're down at the bottom of our platform, it should stamp out pretty evenly. Instead of trying to put all that pressure at the top of the platform, we're at the bottom here. That looks pretty good. We're going to ink it up one more time. Oops, sorry about that. Alright, so that is a pretty good solid image. I'm going to clean my stamp up. Now there are quite a few stamps in this set. So we have a smaller soldier standing, the larger soldier, we have a Jeep, we have a tank, we have the jets going by. But I wanted to make it a little closer to home. You can use, again, this God Bless America stamp set. You could also use this Old Glory stamp and stamp that in front of it. I think those would all work great with this set. But I wanted to bring this one in for those who served. This is really kind of personal to me because my father was in the military. He did pass away. He's in the military for 23 years. So I'm going to move this up a little higher on the sticky grid. And I'm going to bring in this, the boots and rifle, and kind of have, so our soldiers saluting from over here while these are over here, right? So this set does have some grass in it, so we want to be careful to make sure that when we set this up, that the grass is just barely on his feet there, like that. And if you're not sure, of course, you can stamp with a little acetate. If it's not in the right place, I can always cut it down as well. So let's see how that looks. I am going to grab a little piece of acetate and do a little test fitting here. And these pieces of acetate, I just save off of my other stamp packages because I don't use all of them all the time, and I don't want to throw them out, so I want to test them out. So I'll just put this piece right over that. I'll do a real quick inking of the stamp. It doesn't have to be perfect, just to give me an outline of where it's going to ink the acetate. Okay, so now we can see that we need to move that stamp up a little bit more. So if I move the stamp up, so good thing I did it on the acetate. If I move the stamp up like that, that might be a little better. Okay, so I'm going to slightly move my stamp. Before I move it, I'm going to clean the stamp and clean the acetate real quick. A little spray of stamp cleaner. I use the Hero Arts Ultra Clean. Wipe my stencil off too while I'm here. Put that back. Put that acetate back in place. Clean my stamp off real quick. Alright, and I'm just going to move it up a little bit on the lid here. I'm going to ink it up again. And re-stamp it on the acetate. Let's see how that looks. Oops, it took the acetate with it. That's not what I wanted. I forgot to put my magnets down. Let me just... Okay, that actually doesn't look too awful bad. All right, I'm going to clean my stamp again, and we're going to remove the acetate. Actually, I think I'm going to move the stamp down just a smidgen, just a smidgen. Okay, and then we should be good. All right, so the stamp is clean. We're going to remove this acetate. Hopefully we're in the right spot this time. I'm going to re-ink it. If not, we'll make do. We'll always find a way to fix it. Again, using that same Catherine Pooler black ink. Closing the door. Keeps hitting the camera. Let's move that up a little. There we go. Now, I personally prefer the Tim Holtz when I'm using my rubber stamps, but you can use your Misty. That's pretty good. Whatever stamp platform you have. Inking it up again. Ooh, that looks pretty good. I'm going to do a little bit more down here in the grass. I think we're good then. looks pretty darn good. All right, I'm going to clean my stamp off again, and then we're going to grab a sentiment. Clean our acetate off because we're going to need that for our sentiment, because we don't want to stamp our sentiment crooked. And I will put the magnets on it this time. All right. Let me wipe this. All right, so in memory of many, in honor of all is perfect for this one. Put that one there. Okay, that looks pretty straight to me. That looks great. We're going to remove our acetate, re-ink our stamp, and stamp that down. I'm going to ink it up one more time. All right, that looks pretty good. I want to put the sentiment on the other one. Since we're already here with everything out, since that was really quick and easy. How long did that take me? A whole 12 minutes, you guys. All right, now on this other one, I am going to stamp it on a piece of white cardstock, some scrap cardstock, and then we will we'll cut it out. So we'll set that one aside to dry. So for this one, I think heroes don't wear capes, they wear dog tags. I think that one is pretty good for this one. Put that right on there. And I'll find some kind of a punch or a die to cut that one out. Ooh, something that would be like dog tag shaped would be good, right? Maybe I should have done that on silver cardstock. That's what I should have done. Hold on, I'm going to grab silver cardstock. Okay, I'm back. I found some matte silver cardstock. I think I want to die cut it first. And then, well, no, we'll stamp it and then die cut it. Because that way if I stamp it crooked, it won't matter. So, put this down. I am going to change my ink to black StazOn ink, because I think that will hold up better. Of course, I could do some heat embossing, but let's see what the StazOn ink looks like first. That looks pretty good. I'm going to leave that alone. I am going to heat set that quick to dry. Clean my stamp off really quick. We're going to let that dry, and then we're going to die cut dog tags out of it. So, I don't have a rounded rectangle die. So I thought we would make our own. And how I'm going to do that is by using this banner die. So I'm going to banner cut this, and then we'll round the corners with a corner rounder. So let's make sure this is dry. Yep, it's dry. So I'm going to use my Gemini and die cut 2 of these. So the first one is going to be on the sentiment. Of course, if you have a rectangular die, then it would be a lot easier to do. But I don't have one of those. Okay, run that through. And we're going to cut another one. That one we're going to leave blank. It'll just go behind the first one. So we will repeat the process. Alright, so now we have 2 of these cut out. I'm going to cut the banner or fishtails off of these with my trimmer. And now I have my little bitty corner rounder. I can throw those out. Probably could have heat embossed it to make it look more realistic, but I don't think this looks too bad. My first time making dog tags, I believe. Now somewhere, I'm sure I have some black twine or something that I could tie it up and make it look like a chain, but for now I think that looks pretty good. And ooh, maybe not, it's covering his head. I can't do 2. Okay, we'll just do 1 then. I was gonna do 2. Well, I could skinny this down a little bit. Okay, we'll have to put it on like that. We'll put it on with some foam tape so it has some dimension. Yeah, we can still do it like that. All right, that's what we'll do. So for this first layer, this one's just going to be in the background, so it really doesn't matter. Cut off the extra if we need to. There we go. There we go. That came out pretty darn good. And then I could put an eyelet in there. I can do that later. Okay, so here are my two card panels using the brand new Saluting Soldier from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. They were both very easy to do, very solid images. For this one, again, I just used the soldier, the Jeep, and the tank and stamped it on some camo printed paper there. The sentiment came from God Bless America. And then on this one, we paired it up with For Those Who Served with the soldier, and again the sentiment came from God Bless America as well. So let me know which one you like down below. If you like the one with the dog tags or the one with the pan pastel background. I am going to go spray and set this, and then I'll cut it down and put it on a card front. If you have any questions, post them down below. I will link in the description box where you can purchase all of these items as well. Thanks for watching, and keep on stamping. Bye bye.